Hey Storm. Hey Captain Marvel. What you got there? I got the Batwoman costume I found in the garbage. I'm going to be Batwoman. Girl, you can't be no Batwoman. That's batshit crazy. If you put on that costume, all you gonna be is Storm in a Batwoman costume. Well, Caroline Dries says I can be Batwoman. Always trying to be like a white girl. Let me tell you what I'm gonna do with this costume you got. Hey, Batgirl, you take this cheap motherfucker and you wipe your ass with it. You're the most educated women on the planet. We don't need some hand-me-down costume you done farted in. Fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Now available in paperback and e-readers, Isis, the Beauty Myth. Learn the beauty secrets of the goddess next door in this action-packed Isis series adventure. Get Isis, the Beauty Myth at online booksellers everywhere today. Recently, Batwoman showrunner Caroline Dries confirmed that Batwoman Season 2 was going to be all about race politics, and she also confirmed some things about Ryan Wilder's connections with drugs. And in addition to this, she also talked about your Ryan Wilder's origin, and after she clarified all of her points, I just got so angry because this whole presentation about this black Batwoman is a complete slap in the face to every black comic fan, black sci-fi fan, and black fantasy fan out here. Now, this whole presentation of this character is an insult to black viewers because when I listen to the origin story of this Batwoman, they are basically breathing brand new life into old stereotypes. Now, this Batwoman does not get her skills from being someone who goes out here and trains with different masters like Bruce Wayne, or is part of a military complex like the previous Batwoman, Kate Kane. No, this Ryan Wilder, this female, finds her suit in the garbage and decides, as she's living in a van down by the river, that she's going to become Batwoman. That's a complete insult to all of these sisters out here who are the most educated and professional women on the planet, because your black woman has been statistically shown to be the most educated woman on the planet. And if she's the most educated woman on the planet, then she would have the economic resources to go out here and make her own costume just like she makes her own money. So it's a complete insult to all of those educated sisters out here to say that this black female is sitting and living in a van down by the river with a potted plant, and she needs to go out here and find a suit in the garbage to go be a hero. That's just disrespect right there, and it's all about trying to elevate the white female's image at the expense of the black female. Unfortunately, many black comic fans have so low a self-esteem that all they're thinking about is the attention they're getting from these white comic companies presenting them with a reskinned black character. They can't see how this character is a complete insult to all of the sisters out here who have gone out here and worked hard in school, worked on these jobs, and is not a reflection of our best and brightest sisters. Now, I have a critical question for your Caroline Dries, your Greg Berlanti, and the CW. Why is it that the white girl, Kate Kane, can be Bruce Wayne's cousin or something like that? She can come from a military trained background, and she can go out here and be what all she can be, but the sister, she's got to be somebody living on the streets and going and finding a suit in the garbage. I mean, that's again a complete level of disrespect that is just up there and just expresses nothing but contempt for black women,
because when you have the black woman, she's in the garbage to be a hero, but the white woman, she can go out here and go to this Wayne Enterprises, have this black man being the butler who shows her where everything is. And in season 1, she's sitting there talking about how this suit is a technological marvel and how it's the greatest thing ever made, but it will be made better for a white woman, but it's complete garbage when it's given to a black woman. And that's just the first of the just expressions of contempt for the sisters out here with this showrunner. The other expression of contempt for the sisters is talking about how this character is going to be associated with drugs. Now, this is another old stereotype about black women, that again, that they're all associated with these Pookies and these Ray Rays, and these Pookies and Ray Rays are in the drug game, and because she's in the drug game with them, that this is the thing that leads to her again winding up on welfare and winding up on the streets. Again, another expression of contempt at the sisters, and making her look like she's less than this white woman, Kate Kane. And this white woman, Kate Kane, she can again have her father in her life. She can come from that military security background. She can have a rich cousin of Bruce Wayne, and she can have access to the Batcave and all of its resources. But the black woman, she's got to be involved with the dope game. She's got to get her money from the dope game. And she's got to find a suit in the garbage. And she's got to find redemption from being a hero. Her motivations can't be, I just want to help out my community and look out for the brothers and sisters in the community. No, it's about her cleaning herself up so that she can meet some white person's standard. And again, all of this is complete disrespect to the black woman, and again breathes brand new life into old stereotypes about black women. So when I look at this Batwoman season 2 and I look at the origin, I look at the premise, just makes me so angry, because in their attempts to promote, again, so-called diversity passively, aggressively, they slap the face of all of these black comic fans, black sci-fi fans, and the overall black community by presenting these ideas as related to their concept. And it only gets worse when they sit there and talk about how season 2 is going to be all about race politics, because we know that their so-called race politics is going to be a whole lot of preaching and a whole lot of old racist stereotypes taken straight out of an episode of Good Times or an episode of The White Shadow from the 70s. So instead of us getting action-packed fantasy and adventure like I present in the ISIS series or the E-Steam series, or even in YA books I do like Spellbound from the Spinsterella trilogy, where we see a black heroine going out here and having action and adventure. No, what we're going to get are race stereotypes presented to us, repackaged as it being all about race politics, when it's all about them perpetuating the same old racism to the viewer, and then trying to repackage it in a way where it appears to be so appealing. And it's not appealing for this black viewer, and I doubt it would be appealing for any other black viewer out here to see a so-called black Batwoman when the series is not anything about the black community or black issues, and it's just some white person's idea of what these concepts are. Because your Caroline Dries, when I listen to her talk about race politics, and she's got your Ryan Wilder being a homeless woman who's living in a van after being involved with the dope game. It shows me she doesn't know anything about these sisters out here. And I can point to other creators who know a little bit more about the sisters, like Raymond Leonard, who is the creator of Agent Solo. He's got an upcoming comic called Violet Bird, which is what I see is 20 times better a concept than Batwoman Season 2, because at least in that comic, we see an educated professional sister going out here to fight crime. And when I looked at that book, it really showed me what a person could do when they understand the issues of the black community and what it means to be a black heroine. Now, when I look at Raymond Leonard's Violet Bird, that is something that is rock solid. And when I also look at my own ISIS series, I show you again a black heroine who is out here, the goddess next door, going where she's needed, helping who needs help. And it's not about race politics. It's not about the dope game, because there's more to the black community than the streets and drugs. Unfortunately, white girls like Caroline Dries, who think that they are so woke, all they do is promote the same racism in a brand new package to all of these viewers out there. And they do this because they know that they've alienated all of these white comic fans out here with Batwoman Season 1, and now they're trying to sell this show to black viewers because they think that black viewers are so stupid that they'll sit there and accept any slop that's given to them, and they'll accept it so that they can go out here and keep this show on the air for another season. What they want to do now that they've alienated most of these white comic fans out here is repackage this show for black viewers. And that's again another insult, because you have this show that you know is complete trash, and now that you can't sell it to the white viewer, now you want to hand it over to us. Well, I say no thanks. I don't want your hand-me-down character heroes. I don't want your hand-me-down TV shows. I don't want no white man's leftovers. No, thank you. I don't need white folks' leftovers and second best, because that's what the slave master used to give black people during the time of slavery. He would give the slaves all of his leftover clothes. He would give them all of his leftover food. And in the 21st century, black viewers of comic books, science fiction, and fantasy, we need to raise our standards and say, we don't need your leftovers. We've got plenty of great black sci-fi and fantasy creators like myself out here who are looking to bring their very best to the table, and we don't have to accept your substandard. We've got something of a higher standard for ourselves, and we would rather go out here and support stuff that meets our higher standard than go out here and settle for your substandard. Because when I look at Batwoman Season 2, it is far below par, and it is completely unacceptable for me as a viewer and a fan of comic books, science fiction, and fantasy. I deserve better, and I demand better than this garbage they want to hand to us. As I see it, again, you can take this cheap MF and wipe your backside with it, because I don't have a need for this trash you're calling a television show. I don't need this show because, again, I'm not looking for white validation. I'm not looking for white approval, and I don't need a reskinned, formerly white character to want to be a part of somebody else's universe. No, when I see people out here doing what I'm doing, building their own black worlds and their own black universes, there's no need for us to settle for DC's second best. Caroline Dry's second best, Greg Berlanti's second best. We don't need your second best because our black first is better than your mainstream second, and we will go out here and support our black first. And that's what most black comic fans, black sci-fi fans, black nerds, they all need to start thinking about, because this Batwoman season 2, again, is a complete insult to our sisters out here. It's a complete slap in the face to what many people who many people call the most educated woman on the planet. I mean, the most educated woman on the planet, as I see it, would do what the ISIS character does in my books. She's a part of a black sorority. She supports black-owned businesses. And as the goddess next door, she has the resources to go wherever she's needed. And she does not need to go and dig in a garbage can for a costume. When you have resources like these sisters have, you can go out here and get your own. You don't need some white woman's second best that she's farted in or something she's thrown away. You can go out here and build your own. And that's why it's important to get books like ISIS and the ISIS series or the E-Steam series, because it teaches our young sisters that they don't have to be number 2. They can go out here and be number 1. They can go out here and be heroines, and they can go out here and be heroines that meet the black standard and go out here and meet that standard that they create for themselves. That's what a heroine should go out here and be. They don't have to be like this Batwoman talking about, oh, I'm out here in a suit that some white woman farted in and left in the garbage. I'm going to be a hero. No, we can go out here, be a hero from our own culture, be a hero in our own neighborhoods, and we can go out here and make our own heroes, and our heroes would be better than this garbage, which breathes brand new life into old stereotypes about black women being involved with dope boys, black women being involved in the streets. These are old racist stereotypes meant to degrade the black woman. Meanwhile, they're going out here to elevate the white woman and then sell you this show, which some white woman couldn't make work. And then after they have this show out here, again, garbage that they don't want, they want you to accept their garbage. And you, as a black comic fan, a black sci-fi fan, and a fantasy fan, with all of these great black creators going out here, putting together some excellent work out here, you don't have to settle for second best. I mean, why? I mean, yeah, Warner Brothers and the CW want to pay black people attention, but we don't have to settle for any attention anymore, and we don't have to settle for garbage from a showrunner like Caroline Dries. We deserve better. We demand better. And after we went out here and spent hundreds of millions of dollars to show that there is an audience for black fantasy with movies like Black Panther, we need to demand better than somebody's second best characters and somebody's hand-me-down costumes. No, it's time for these studios to go out here and find some black first quality concepts, because there are lots of black first quality concepts from black creators like myself. And those concepts deserve a chance to be put in film and television, and we need to see those concepts and not somebody else's leftovers and somebody's leftover garbage. We deserve to have the very best as related to stories. We deserve to have our stories told, and we deserve to have our stories told by ourselves. I mean, when I think about this Batwoman Season 2, it is just one big middle finger up at black men and black women, and it's a major middle finger up at all of these sisters out here, because it just presents the most negative image of black women out here. And again, a complete insult to all of the sisters out here, saying that that the sisters are at the bottom of the world. And again, a complete insult when you think about this whole overall show, and you think about it's being, it's just a complete insult as I see it. And again, to talk about everything is going to be about race politics, there's more to black people than race and politics. I mean, when I write characters like Isis and John Haynes and Eastine, I can tell a whole lot of other different stories. And it's a shame that your Caroline Dries has no vision, no imagination, no creativity, and she just cannot see black people outside of the small bubble that she comes from. I mean, I can come out here and see a richer, broader picture of the sisters, and if I can do it, why can't Hollywood? That's a critical question I have to ask about the Batwoman showrunner, who shows me she knows nothing about black people, and she has no interest in learning anything about black people. All she wants to do is project her stereotypes onto this Ryan Wilder character. And as I see it, this is a show that I'm not going to watch. And as I see it, you know what's going to happen to this show? It's going to get woke and go broke. And this show deserves to just be off the air, because black people deserve better than somebody else's leftover costume and leftover TV show that some white woman couldn't make work. Now, if you want to see some positive stories featuring black heroines, you can pick up the books of the Isis series, the Eastine series, and books like the Thetas and the books of the Spinsterella trilogy on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find them on Smashwords, the iBookstore, Barnes & Noble, and Google Play. And if you want to see me make more videos about comics and science fiction, or you want to see me be able to produce more books in the Isis and Eastine series and books like the Spinsterella trilogy and the Thetas, you can donate to my Patreon, my PayPal, or my Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.
Now available in paperback and Kindle Unlimited, Isis, All That Glitters. The goddess next door takes on a bikini-clad bank robber in this action-packed, all-new Isis series adventure. Get Isis, All That Glitters in paperback and Kindle Unlimited today. Now available in paperback and e-readers, Eastine Blast from the Past. Hell's aspiring angel takes on her demonic doppelganger in this action-packed, time-traveling Eastine series adventure. Get Eastine Blast from the Past with a bonus Eastine comic book, No Good Deed, in paperback and e-readers at online booksellers everywhere.